Good evening, gentlemen. This is the FA Podcast, the podcast that takes the closer look at your search history. I am the sexiest cryptid of them all, Manuel, leader of AJ Connections, and a sexy cryptid, aka Homo. What was the Homo
erectus?
No, it's like the Hobbit people. The Hobbit. Hold on.
Homo sapien.
Hobbit people.
Homo.
Homo floresiensis. I would have never remembered that. I don't know why I thought I could just remember the top of my head. Yes, I am Manuel, aka Homo floresiensis. I am a Hobbit. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Snakz isn't here because Snakz was eaten by our other friend Homo Gigantopithecus. That's his name. Gigantopithecus ate Snakz. Yes. And but Jordan's here. Jordan, say hi, you butterfree ass.
Hello. And unlike Manuel's fantasy realm that he lives in every day, I am just a regular person that draws on the stream, as you can see.
You're actually a butterfree.
Oh, I forgot. I chose that as my profile picture. Not mine. Just something I saw on the internet. First thing on Google. And that's it. That's all for me.
Joining us tonight in this lovely, lovely Good Friday day. It's Yuji. Say hi, Yuji.
Hi, I'm Yuji. I don't do much, but I am the CEO of Pissing on the Floor.
Yes.
Yes.
That's always the best thing, the best pastime is pissing on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna be one of these tonight, huh?
No, a friend of mine, it's actually
piss on the floor. Got it. Cool.
I mean, yeah, honestly, that's the end of the story right there. But a friend of mine was trying to was trying to pee in a cup. This is a long time ago. This wasn't like last week. Well, obviously, there's not really partying last week. But anyways, this is a long time ago. A friend of mine was trying to piss in a cup at a party one time because the bathroom was like, I think somebody had like passed out in the bathroom, like vomiting or something like that. So he was trying to pee in a cup to like throw it in the sink. I don't know why he just pee in the sink, but and it would have been way better to what eventually happened. TLDR, there's not even much of the story. He missed the cup and he just peed on the floor. And yeah, and he didn't pee a ton, but it's like bro, you're peeing on the floor because we all heard it. Yeah,
you just heard trickling. That's great, wonderful.
Yeah, and because it was so annoying because we told him to go outside because what everybody else was doing. It's like, go pee outside, go pee outside because like somebody's passed out in the bathroom. He was like, no, man, I'm just pee right here real fast. Like he turned around and just like floor. Like, he did not. Yeah, he did not make it. I don't think anything made it into that cup.
So disgusting.
It's Cali CTO. It's Cali CTO, the company. Yes. So what's CTO? Central Piss. Yeah,
yep, that's it. That's the one. There it is.
For pissing. That doesn't make any sense. Anyways, it's Good Friday. It's more of a chill stream tonight. I'm gonna take a bit of drinks here right now. We got Yuji on. I wanted to talk a bit about BL. Yeah, to be honest, I actually wanted to do another BL yaoi type thing because I feel like we sort of covered that with Yoro Yo-Yo, but that was an interesting episode. Talk about cryptids, by the way. That was an interesting episode in that it was just a gremlin yelling for like an hour and a half, which is great.
Yeah, that was
rough. For that, but but I don't think we really got too much across. So we covered a bit of this tonight. Obviously, we'll jump into other shit too as well. But it's Good Friday. It's the day that I always wondered why it's called Good Friday. You don't know. It's the day Jesus like died. I always wondered why it's called Good Friday. Like, why would you celebrate that? But yeah, and in honor of that, we're gonna talk about ecchi stuff. Now, yeah, you can cancel me like Lil Nas.
As he often would. As we remember Jesus by, he talked about ecchi stuff on this good day.
There's a very famous Jesus adult video.
Okay, let's build upon that.
No, actually, very funny. There's a movie. I think it's called Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter, and you would think it'd be good because because it looks like those kind of movies. Like remember Abraham Lincoln Zombie, or maybe that was Vampire Hunter 2. Doesn't matter. But it sounded like one of those. But this was like way before those were popular. And first of all, it was kind of a new movie. It's like was shot like in the late 90s, early 2000s, but it was shot with the camera like from like the 70s. So it looks way older than it is. But Jesus is there, and then I kid you not, within the first scene, he cuts his hair and changes his outfit. So he just becomes a person. Like, you know, like, as in, okay, I know that sounds stupid, but I mean like, as in he just looks like, you know, a random guy from LA, you know what I mean to say? He doesn't look like Jesus anymore. It's like as if Santa cut his hair, took off the beard, and threw away the red uniform for his movie.
Who does... You know what? I'm not gonna even question it. Someone thought, yeah, this is gonna be good.
It was a bad movie,
office.
and I was really mad because I bought that movie thinking it would be awesome, and it wasn't.
The fact that you spent money on it.
Fighting. Yeah, I bought it on DVD. I think I still have it on DVD. The term "good" as in applied to Good Friday is an old English expression regarding holy, goes from Jesus to your primo Jesus. No, let me try to see if I can find. Let me try to see if I can find a picture or something of this movie.
TJ Jesus.
Jesus Christ. Oh, by the way, in the meantime, so I'm thinking of things for Jordan to draw. Otherwise, he's to draw sexy cryptid. So
yeah.
So start throwing that in the, start throwing that in the chat if you want to think of something cool. Like maybe nothing too. Let's not. Even though I'm joking about the being mildly sacrilegious, let's not go too crazy along that line, please. Anyways, I don't actually want to get canceled. Oh yeah, it's called Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter. It came out in 2001, but if you watch it, like I said, it looks like it came from the 70s because it's shot like in old 16mm. So Google Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter. Look at the cover, and it's like Jesus doing this, like he's gonna like get all Bruce Lee on your ass and shit like that, like a really cheesy stance, but. He's even actually no. If you go to Google and go to the pictures, you'll see what happens. He cuts his hair, and then it's like that's not Jesus. Yeah, that's Jesus the whole movie.
That's Jesus.
That's Jesus.
Oh, it's Canadian. Of course, it's Canadian, so of course it sucks. Sorry. Oh, apparently El Santo. Is that really El Santo in this movie? Hold on. Oh no, it's just a bootleg El Santo. I thought it was actually him. Oh, hey, it's Nyaru. Wait, what? Oh, it's Nyaru! Fap. Why aren't you on, Nyaru? You should have been on.
Maybe our lovely guest would like to make an art suggestion.
Yeah, you want us to draw something cool besides fapping?
Yeah. Trying to think.
It can be anything.
Yeah, like a sexy Easter bunny, which is exactly what I'm going to say in a second.
Good, yeah, sexy Easter Bunny boy.
Oh god.
Oh, Easter Bunny boy. It's funny. Isn't there an actual meme for like somebody in a bunny costume? Like I don't know to do that face. You know what I'm talking about? There's like a face meme where it's all like kind of like the troll face, but it's like in a bunny outfit.
No idea. No idea what you're talking about. Okay. So we're drawing.
Christ, so horrifying.
We're gonna draw a sexy Easter bunny.
Hey, Warren, what's up? Are you on your way home yet? So yeah. Oh god.
Any particular pose you want him in?
Huh?
No, nope.
Pose?
Any pose?
I don't know. Oh, carrying a giant carrot.
Carrying a giant. What?
Oh my god.
Okay, when we say giant carrot, we're gonna go for the innuendo, or we're gonna go for a literal giant carrot?
No, for literally a giant carrot. Like,
oh,
okay.
just carrying a
gotcha.
carrot. Yeah. He's gonna make sweet love to it later on, Jordan. Come on.
Gotcha. Okay, let's see.
He's a gentleman.
Gotta figure this out. Okay, well, I'll get started on that. You guys can go ahead.
And then we're gonna talk a bit about some bullshit that yeah. So it's Easter. It's crazy. It's whatever. And I decided that, hey, let's get Yuji on because Snakz. Oh, first of all, let me cover that. So for those of you who are wondering if you haven't been following the whole story, Snakz more than likely won't be on FAP anymore. He has to FAP alone now. For like work reasons. Work won't let him FAP. You might have noticed he wasn't on the Wednesday stream either. RIP. But we're here to soldier on. And since we're a bi-weekly show, it's not like, you know, the most stressful thing in the world. It's actually kind of chill. You know, Jordan draws a picture, and you know, I invite someone on that we just like embarrass by talking about fapping and lewd things. Just use all that Patreon money to pay him so we can make it. What Patreon money? We get like we
$3.
It's actually hilarious. I'm not making this up. I don't want to name the amount, but you can assume everything through this. The Patreon literally only makes about enough to pay for the Zoom membership that we have to use for the DTLs and
That's
this
funny.
apparently. I'm not making that up. That's about that's basically where the Patreon money goes. If it wasn't for that, then we'd probably have to move it. And we might still move it to Discord, but I like Zoom. Zoom's really simple for a lot of things, and it has pretty good video sharing capabilities. But anyways, donate. Maybe I'm like here's Snakz. Here's $20. Quit your job. But no. But Yuji, tell us a bit about yourself. Like, what are you into that's ecchi?
I mean, just BL. Long time ago, I used to have a couple websites like Yaoi streaming. They did get pretty popular, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch up with them. Like, I had like 8,000 to 10,000 views per day, which was pretty cool. But yeah, I wasn't able to catch up with it. I left it alone and eventually just died. I started trying to building again 2 years ago, and I just didn't have the time for it. And then my computer died a couple months ago and I lost everything. So
Oh no.
that's not gonna happen. The website's still up there, but it's only like a couple things in there. So I'm not sure when I'm gonna be able to like get it back up. But other than that, I read mostly yaoi and watch only yaoi. Like that's mostly what I care about. 'Cause if I have time to watch anime or like read manga, might as well be BL that I care about.
Might as well be BL.
So that's why I only read BL most of the time.
It-
But all
it's-
the time, I don't think I ever like read a manga that's not BL. But I think about it.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because I don't think I ever mentioned this before, but I realized this the other day because I was listing some of my favorite manga series, and then it became more of a thing where I started listing like manga series I've actually completed. And there's definitely a few outliers. I'm not gonna name them all, but a lot of the ones I apparently read and that I kind of liked were like the harem ones, like not like porn per se, but still like I guess I was a harem fan, you know, but without realizing it. Like Love Hina type shit, but better. Love Hina wasn't that great, but shit like that. But yeah, it's funny. I forgot about your sites. I remember when you were paying the guy on Fiverr to fix them for you or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember that, and I remember like, oh shit, I didn't know you had. And I love your numbers for your site because those numbers like rival A to J's numbers, and if only you knew how many people like fucking want to get A to J up. And it's like Yuji's like, yeah, I post BL stuff and I hit your numbers on daily when I'm not even looking.
But I'm not even paying attention. I just like post it, let it run. And it's so funny because every time I will like put like a section like everywhere, or they contact me and be like, hey, contact me if any of the videos are down, if you're having some problems, let me know, and as soon as possible, and I'll get it done and get it fixed. And it just it never happened. I never fixed anything.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I feel like such a bad hostess, but hey, I mean, I wasn't making any money of it, so it's just like I was just trying to bring in happiness, out there to the world.
Doing the world a service. I feel
exactly.
that. Nice.
Yeah, isn't that what we're all doing here? I mean, like, here we are. We're like bringing the joy of ecchi and yaoi and yuri and all these kind of things to everyone else.
Speaking of, what kind of body type should this guy have? What are we thinking? We thinking big, muscular? Or are we thinking kind of like more fit, agile?
I think more fit.
Okay. All right. Can get that.
No bears here. No Gachi Muchi special like 2.0.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of that last session.
When I have my boy here, like, friend gave me some like those little mini brands, little balls that come with a bunch of little toys inside, like miniature brands. And I don't know, and I didn't know where to put him, so I just put him in the pool with my boy. So my boy is like swimming in them. He just like,
Oh god.
Don't posture check my back. Ah.
he's like, want some Kool-Aid?
Want some Kool-Aid?
Oh shit.
That's what's inside his pool.
You don't want to see Manuel's pool. It's not good.
It's like
My pool's full of pee.
like
That looks really cool though.
Italian dressing though.
Italian dressing.
Italian dressing. It's funny because there was a panel I went to at AX, and they were showing anime figures, and they were talking about like and I don't know if they really do cover them with hot glue. I feel like some of them they really are, but I didn't realize that some of that was a euphemism for just actually covering them with hot glue, you know, coming on them. And I was so confused because they were showing pictures of it in this panel I was at, and I'm like, why does that hot glue look all different from like picture to picture? And then it wasn't until somebody told me, like when I was like back at the hotel room, they're like, oh no, it's like some of the like I don't think any of those are actually glue. Like you didn't know that people just do that to their figures. And I'm like, that's nasty.
Yeah. And you can't really. That's like the only way to get out of a social situation is it's just glue. I did it as a joke.
Yeah, exactly. Apparently, that's the whole thing. Apparently, like, it's all a euphemism. Like, nobody. I mean, obviously, if you put hot glue on it, you'd probably destroy the figure, or at the very least, like, you might lift off some paint when you actually try to take it off. But yeah, apparently, it's all a euphemism. It's like you just have a little fun with it, and I'm all for having fun with your own things, but that seems a little much for me.
But if you think about it, it's like every 1 out of like 10 people that say, yeah, it was just for fun, they're just trying to lie to you in some way or fashion. Just like your jar, Manuel. I know.
Oh yeah, of course. My little pony cum jar. Yes, I use a lot of Elmer glue. Wink, wink. Good God, I only come on myself. Let's route. What?
You good? You good over there?
I didn't see that. I'm reading that from the chat. It's not me. Oh, guess again, it's me. Fuck you guys. If I'm not mistaken, not to get too deep in the weeds here, it's actually a word. I don't remember the word, to be honest. I just say it if I did. But the one of the tags in a lot of porn videos actually is like where the guy comes on himself. I'm like, whose thing is that? But someone's, I guess. Yeah, somebody. I'm sure there's probably a ton of people. I don't know why I said that. That seems like such an easy one to be into. But where like the guy comes but he lands on him. And but there's a word for that. If someone knows to say in the chat, but that's a tag you can look up on most porn sites, like if that's your thing. Let's round upon. But yeah, what you got to do, by the way, the new wink wink thing is you got to do that. The witch from, not Scarlet Witch, but the other witch from WandaVision,
Agatha.
Yeah, Agatha. You gotta do the really exaggerated wink. Like I saw this meme earlier today. And it's funny because I actually went to a smoke shop because I was trying to buy more. I was trying to buy see what kind of smoke trees they had. They had like the bootleg ones because I wanted some of the bootleg video game ones again. I got that Mario one, and I went in, and I swear to God, it was because of like maybe my phone knew where I was. But I started seeing there was an ad, and it was for some other smoke shop, but the picture on it was like, these are only for tobacco. It was the Agatha wink. And the funny thing about that is that maybe there's still some legal reason why they can't say it's not just for tobacco, but it's legal here in California, by the way, guys. So
what, tobacco or weed?
The wacky tobacco, the wacky lettuce.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's funny. You collect a lot of like BL type figures, right? Mm-hmm. There's a thing I've always wondered. Is there a male equivalent to something you always check on the figures? Because I apparently am in the small minority of people who don't check the panties on a female figure. And I'm just curious, if you have a guy figure, do you like look up their shorts or something? Or like...
Well, I mean, the ones that I have currently, I mean, both are pretty clear. I mean, one of them, yeah, it has, you can see everything. It's too much.
Oh shit!
You can see everything?
It's like dick outline. God.
Yes.
Wow.
No, like it, like there's there's two types.
Wait, you mean cast off?
Yeah, so like it has like the underwear type where you can still feel a lot, and then you can change it and put the actual pee there.
Wait, no, you can actually do that. I know this sounds stupid, but you can actually do that.
Yeah, detachable pee. Yeah.
I didn't know you could, because like Japan and whatever, you can't put that in manga. What the fuck?
Wait, you can't put that in manga?
Just draw a line on it.
Draw a penis. What the fuck? I didn't know you could do that. This is actually really news to me. I'm not even joking. Because
and the one that I have now, it just like it has the bulge and everything, but it's kind of hard to see because of my light. But
oh my god, no! Because I have cast off figures that first of all, it's kind of rare that they cast off besides the boobs for girls, but I have cast off figures that also take off their underwear, and usually they have a butt, but like it's like not defined for their crotch. You know what I mean? They don't really have a vagina. It blows my mind.
Yeah, this one, it has everything. And then I'm actually waiting for this other figure, which is two boys, like sitting on a couch, just chilling.
Two boys sitting on a couch, standing 6 feet apart because they're not gay.
Yeah, they're just chilling. And that figure I pre-ordered last year, like around 2 years ago in April. I think I pre-ordered. It was supposed to be like made to order or something like that. And he barely, like they barely charged me for it, and they supposedly shipped, but I haven't gotten a tracking. But that was like 2 months ago, and
oh Jesus!
I'm still waiting for it. It's like it's not like I don't know. I haven't gotten any update, but I mean it's been like 2 years since it's been like on the process of making or whatever.
It's stuck over in the Suez Canal.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like,
I mean, as long as I don't see people getting it online, I wouldn't be mad because it hasn't been released yet. People haven't got it yet. So as long as I don't see it online that I got it, I got mine, then I won't be mad.
Those kind of figure pre-orders always fucking hell. I got hair all over my face. Anyways, sorry, my hair's really long. And I don't know how to deal with it. What the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah. So those kind of figures with the crazy long pre-orders always weird me out because I saw a figure I wanted, and I think it was for like Freya, somebody from Macross, like from Frontier for Delta. I think it was Freya, and I was like, oh, it looks cool. I kind of want it. And a friend of mine was pre-ordering it, and he was like, oh yeah, buy it now. It ships in 2024. And I'm like, the fuck you talking about?
It ships in 2024.
I think that was the estimate. I'm pretty sure. And I'm like, what? And he's like, it might ship earlier. And I'm like, what?
It might ship earlier. How optimistic.
And apparently that's kind of normal to have at least a year, but some places are a bit more like just straight up, like we might take 2 or 3. And I'm like, who would pay for that?
Wow. So
Yuji, apparently.
I ordered I think like I think I have like some semblance to like what you guys are talking about, because I ordered a one of those like miniature gunpla things that it's not like a Gundam like thing you build up like with all the intricate parts. No, this is one of the little chibi ones that look real cute like, and I think I bought that like it took a year and I totally forgot about it. I was gonna buy it as a gift for my brother and forgot, and then something came in the mail. It's like, it's from China. What came from China? I was just so confused, and I was like, oh wow, I think I only paid like $20 for this, but I didn't expect. Totally forgot. Great, cool. Anyway, happy birthday 6 months later. So wow, yeah, I guess that is true.
In case I don't think I've been like exactly hiding this. But for those who don't know, like some of my earlier Billy push, especially about a year ago, and I was always talking about it, was because like it never really went anywhere. So I'm not like NDAing myself here, but A to G was going to work with them a bit more directly, and that's not news. We've worked with Holo Project, we worked with Avex, we worked for Sony. Like, it's not like high and mighty. We worked with Billy for a while. They're a Chinese streaming service like YouTube.
Yes.
Like video hosting service, I meant to say, also streaming. But they were supposed to send us a promo package of like a flag, some plushies, and some other shit to like kind of decorate for like our streams or whatever. And this was a long time ago. I'm talking like early 2020, like, you know, before the Rona, way before the Rona. Just to give you an estimate, an idea, it came around February. It came about 2 months ago. The package finally showed up, and I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, and it came from a US address. I'm like, did they send this to someone else and they just waited there forever, or did it get lost a million times along the way, or they barely forget to send it to me? I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, I'm like, I forgot they were even sending this. I emailed them like, was there a reason I'm getting this? Do I need to like do a giveaway? They're like, no, it's the package we told you about. I'm like, guys, that was fucking January 2020. What's wrong with you? I don't know. China's
there
weird.
was some delays, slight delays.
You mean for them sending the Bilibili thing to them, or?
No, everything is like delays
Yeah.
when it comes to China. Like, you really throw a crapshoot out there. You're like, I bought it for $10. Let's see if I ever get it.
And then you get and you're like, Merry fucking Christmas to me.
Yeah, the difference is you don't pay $200 up front for a figure that doesn't ship until 3 years later.
Oh, that's true.
No, there's so much trust in, I mean, we should move on from this figure thing. I got really sidetracked here. But there's so much trust involved with that I just don't have. It's like, you know, it's like, wait, it's like, I'm trusting you to like actually like keep my info somewhere stored, and I'm trusting me to not forget about it. It's like, I don't trust either of us. Fuck this. Call me back in 2024 when it's released. Like, oh,
Yeah.
but they only make them to order. I'm like, then fuck you. But
Yeah, for that figure, it was just like, bam, we're taking a hell of a lot of money out of your account without notice.
yeah.
But now we're finally gonna make it, I guess.
It's weird. It's so weird. I don't know.
Yeah. Wait, I'll be right back. I think my Uber Eats got here, so I'm just gonna
Oh,
go pick it up
nice.
real quick.
Yeah. So
If I can make a second.
I was actually waiting for her to walk away for her Uber Eats order. So for those of you who don't know, there's a trend in Japan where and it was a trend in the US before it happened in Japan, where people would have sex with their Uber drivers. So this is actually going to turn into a hardcore porn in about 5 seconds. So everyone, tell your friends to get into the stream because it's going to happen. This is not a lie. And yes, I did forget that we're not in April 1st anymore. Fuck. I really thought this was April.
You're an absolute tool, man.
It's April 2nd. I forgot.
You're a diphthong. I hope you understand that.
I thought this was April Fool.
You're such an idiot. I can't believe you said that. I can't believe it.
I thought this. I was gonna keep going. There was more I had to say, and then we're gonna wait for you. I was gonna make this go on the whole episode, but then I looked at I happened to glance at my fucking computer. And it has a date right there at the corner. I'm like, oh wait.
Oh, good job.
It's not the first.
You know what? We should probably just end stream here. Don't even tell her
Okay,
why.
guys.
She'll just come back to a blank screen and no text messages from you. Because you just got swatted.
I know we got swatted. Everyone is going to. No, I wanted everyone to show up and it's like, April Fools. And Yuji has, and I was going to keep going. I wasn't going to tell Yuji till the very end. I was going to keep like making jokes about it.
At this point,
now,
I told myself like, oh, this seems like a thing they would do in Japan. Like, and then I just would never bring it up. Like, I knew I wasn't to the point where I was curious enough to be like, whoa, that's crazy.
No,
that they would
it's
do
funny
that.
because I guess Uber Eats has only really expanded. It was there when I was there, for the record. Like, actually, okay, it was there when I was there the first time in my first of the new times. Cause I went when I was really young. That I didn't go until about 5 years ago again. But Uber Eats was there, but I guess it wasn't very used. So they're going through all the growing pains of like, you know, having the service that we went through, like, you know, 2014 or whatever. Because that was a thing back in 2014. Like people on Instagram would put on, you know, would be like, fuck my Uber driver, you know,
get a
whatever.
discount of 30% off.
Like I didn't pay for that ride. I mean, even though it takes that out of your account because that's the way Uber works, but okay. But no, there's actually a genre of JAV where you have sex with your Uber driver, and it's such a weird genre because when I say Uber driver, I use that term very loosely because a lot of delivery people in Japan, I guess it's the Uber Eats people, I should say, use bikes. So using the term driver is a very loose term. But
Because they're
But
just
yeah.
building on a delivery system that they already have, I imagine, right?
Exactly. Oh, here's Yuji. I mean,
No.
April Fools can last all month long. Oh yeah, I guess I'll just keep going. See, she's back, guys, but don't worry. The thing is still on, so go tell your friends. It'll happen when you're least expecting it.
What did I miss?
Don't worry about
I
it.
can't, nothing.
Don't worry
Anyways,
about
Yes.
it. Manuel's just being an idiot.
yeah, I'm just being an idiot. It's did you get your crab rangoon? All I know, it's funny because like I really didn't know what crab rangoon was, and I keep seeing the memes where it's all like
Rangoon.
there's so many memes of Rangoon.
Crab Rangoon.
There was a lost opportunity not calling that screwdriver. That oh my god, I'm stealing that. I'm just letting you know that right now. They're actually no, I'm not even joking. When I had way too many ideas for this show where it was gonna be very segmenty, like where everything was gonna be like a segment, which by the way, which is the way UPZ used to be back in its first few episodes, which is fun, but it's hard to write for a segment every week. One of the segments was going to be like, oh, here's our hot driver of the week or whatever, and it was gonna be somebody from Japan because they actually do that in Japan. I'm not making that up. Like, I guess I'm just stealing it from there, but I was gonna go over and like, there's some, I don't know if they still do it now actually, but there's some news show that would do that would like find one every day, and I would just pick one of them.
Cool.
But
so it's not an original bit. it's
it's literally plagiarism. Literally plagiarism. But apparently that's what one does. Anyways, moving back to Crab Rangoon and sex stuff and all that bullshit. Yuji.
Yep.
Speaking of buying figures and everything like that, how I've heard a lot of do you buy much dojin? I'm just gonna cut to the chase. I was gonna beat around the bush and ask a million questions before that.
Nah, not really.
You're not a dojin hunter?
No, because I can't read Japanese, so
That doesn't stop anyone. I'm such a dumbass. I almost pulled out some dojin of mine, and I'm like, wait, don't do that, Manuel. Don't do that.
I do have a couple though, like that. I don't know. The art look really pretty. I just couldn't resist it. I just grab it. But
when I was younger, I remember going to one of my first not anime expos. One of my first expos though. It was actually PMX, Pacific Media Expo, which is a con that happens. It used to be a lot bigger, but it used to happen at the LAX Convention Center, the LAX Hilton, and there was a year where there was a seller there who was selling their art stuff. Like, it was like artist alley person, but it was somebody like from Japan who was there. And I remember being very confused, thinking that these were art books. And I bought a bunch of them, and they were all like dojin. And when I opened them back in my hotel room, I was like, "What the fuck? They're having sex in here!" And I was just like so shocked. I don't know why.
Sorry, not for me. I'm not about that.
I am a pure child of God who only. I'm upset that little Nas X, is eating the devil's ass. It's like, fuck no.
wow.
By the way, I didn't say that.
Is that what the whole controversy was?
No, well, he lap dances the devil, but it's funny because I actually forgot to mention this because I keep forgetting that there's shit that we talk about before the show begins that I reference and I don't bring it up again live. I should stop doing that, but I wanted to bring up the whole Lil Nas thing. I keep saying Lil Nas, and Pleiades and everyone gets mad at me because I'm like, it's Lil Nas, whatever, Lil Nas X. I wanted to bring it up because I'm like, that's the whole reason we're talking a lot about the gay here. And for those who don't know, I'm gay I'm gay for Jordan. What's up?
Oh, interesting.
What's up, Mr. Butterfree?
Interesting.
Yeah. Have you ever
No, I've not thought about you.
No, I actually just realized that I kind of tied this into your profile picture. There's this thing about Butterfree. There's the episode called Bye Bye Butterfree. Have you guys seen it? Both of you? It's a very famous Pokemon episode. It's the first. It's like episode 7. Right? Yeah, where Butterfree leaves. It's called Bye Bye Butterfree. By the way, that's a bullshit because they spoil the episode in the title.
Oh yeah.
But have you seen it, Jordan?
I've seen it, yeah.
Okay, well, in the episode, for those who don't know, Ash has a Butterfree. I think it's like its first Pokemon he catches. Like, well, he captures it as a fucking Caterpie, but it's his first Pokemon, and it falls in love with another Butterfree, a pink Butterfree, and it flies away with the Butterfree, and it leaves. And as far as I know, it never comes back, which is kind of funny. I always thought that, even at the time when I was watching it, I'm like, it'll come back, it'll come back and join him, but like maybe it'll have a cameo. But no, it never came back, as far as I know. But people have gone on record, because this is like Gen 1 Pokemon. This is before there were shinies. And this is before the Pokemon had gender differences. And people, it's kind of complicated. I don't know the whole specifics. People figured it out that is not a female Butterfree. That's still a male Butterfree who happens to be pink. So TLDR, Ash's original Butterfree is canonically gay. And
wow.
Yeah, because it leaves with the male Butterfree. More power to the Butterfree, by the way. But I'm just saying, like, canonically, Ash's Butterfree is gay, and Jordan is a gay Butterfree, and I love you, Jordan. Let's go.
No, you're not putting out enough. Sorry, it will just never work out.
Have you ever shit, my eyes. There was have you ever experienced a devil? Oh my god, I just read that. It's a Joker thing. Anyway, moving back, let's talk a bit about more about Yaoi and shit like that.
I'm so curious though. What's the difference between a female Butterfree and a male Butterfree? It's not the color.
Yeah, let's look this up real fast. Actually, it has to do with something about the patterns on their wings between male and female Butterfree. If anyone knows, you can cut me off in the chat. But let's look this up real fast. List the Pokemon differences. List the Pokemon gender differences. But yeah, I read this whole thing about it. Now, the female one has black spots on the lower part of their wings. Like, if you look at the Butterfree's wings, they're just kind of like lines on the boy ones, but the girl ones have like these thick like things. So yeah, but the Butterfree that Ash's one left with didn't have those, so it was not female. Oh, I hear a lap dance with the devil.
I'm glad Ash didn't judge. He's just like, okay, be free, we're free.
Well, we don't know about Ash's. I've always wondered about Ash himself. Like, how did he never end up with Misty? We both know that that's just him. Like, you know, he's all like, he just needs to find himself, which is fine. We all need to find ourselves.
Dude, Ash doesn't have any time to lay.
He's only 10. Come on, give him some time.
Yeah, he's a superhuman for God's sake too.
He's only 10. I mean, I've mentioned this before, and I'm not joking. I've just never figured out how to phrase it because I don't want to sound weird. But I wanted in one of our future episodes to be like, the first time we ever watched porn, but it sounds like a weird thing to say and ask and talk about. But I've mentioned it before that I think the first time I ever saw porn, or like, you know, saw porn type things, I definitely was not it had hit puberty yet, and I had no idea why. I was like, this is interesting. Don't know why yet. But yeah, but it sounds weird to talk about because it's like, kids shouldn't be looking at that, but even though just about most kids do.
But I'm pretty sure it was like an accident for like most of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I mentioned this in one of our very first Quarantine Blues episode, but I remember walking. Oh, this isn't the hentai thing. I remember walking home one day, and in the alley, somebody had. I can only assume maybe somebody's wife or girlfriend decided to throw out all like their porn collection, like if their husband or whatever. But because there was a bag full of porn in the like, and you could tell that somebody had already dug through it a bit, and I mean full of porn, like a big trash bag full of porn. And somebody had already kind of like opened it and dug through it a bit. And me and my friends walked by it, and we saw it, and we like pounced on it, and like, you know, took a bunch of porn home. And I think that was the first time I ever had porn. And once again, this is pre-puberty, so I had no idea why the fuck I cared. I just, you know, knew that I had to have it.
My friends are doing it, so I'll do
yeah,
it too.
Seriously, I'm not even. That's exactly it. I was like, they all want this. Like, I wouldn't dig through fucking random trash. I'm pretty sure one of the magazines I took home was like stuck together. Put your mind together on that one.
I don't want to. Stuck together.
And I kept that for a long time.
Like, wow, it's stuck together. This must mean something.
But no. Oh, this is still on topic, I guess. But if By the way, if you ever read a porn magazine back in the day, they were the best because they would have like pictures of naked girls, of course. And I'm pretty sure I'm willing to bet this is for guys too. The exact same thing I'm going to describe. So just apply it there as well. But they'd have a photo shoot. And you could tell damn well that they took this photo shoot and didn't really, they paid the girls like, okay, these pictures in Edinburgh magazines, thank you, here's your money. And the girls know what they're getting into, but they don't know really where the pictures are going to end up, because then the pictures would get these stories attached to them that you knew were not actually attached to the girls themselves. Like, there was one picture I remember specifically where this girl like was just naked on a piano, and it was clear that the piano was just a prop, that maybe that particular photo place was open, you know, or the photographer just like, oh, I haven't shot here yet, I'll shoot you on the piano, you know. But the story attached to the pictures was that she was like this pianist who was like sexually she always was sexually refrained from from acting upon her impulses or whatever, until one day she let loose after a concert and then she had sex with someone on the piano. And I'm like, it was so obviously made up, like, you know, like it had nothing to do with the pictures. Like, I'm sure this is not the model story, but it was great. I love shit like that in the old magazines. I don't think you get that anymore.
Reality is often disappointing, Manuel. I'm so sorry to say.
It is.
Imagine them finding it later. They're like, what?
Exactly. I'm like, imagine she found them. She like, oh, my pictures are in here. She bought the magazine just for the fuck of it, and she looks into it. She's like, wait, I didn't fuck on that piano.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah, pictures don't care, but it was like.
Or imagine she's listening to this now, and she's watching this show, and she's really mad at me. She's like, "That was my story, you asshole! How dare you judge on my appearance?"
You're gonna get a very angry comment in the VODs later.
I would love that if that were the case. By the way, prove me wrong. I don't care. I mean, I would love it, but no. Anyways. I'm sure there's the guy version of that too. It was what one did in those magazines. And once again, don't ask why I was reading the shit. Like, once again, because I don't think I knew I should be like looking at the pictures for. I was just like, oh look, naked girls. Oh, let me read the article that came with it. You know.
Good on you for reading. You know, they did put a lot of time and effort though into that story. You gotta admit.
Yeah, and I have always wondered about that too. Like, who wrote this stuff? Like, because they never obviously. In universe, to use that term, in universe, it's the girl writing it, but so they never credited anyone. But I'm like, who the fuck's job was it to write those?
In creative art class, they have to do something with that BA in art, you know, out of college. I'm sorry, out of writing.
I mean, who actually reads those? So.
Manuel, case in point.
Yeah, this is Manuel as a boy.
Why would they hot glue pages together? Oh my god. How did you first come across adult material, Yuji?
Mm-hmm.
I'm always scared to ask that question because one time, and I think even Ward made a joke about it because I told him this story before. But one time I asked someone about like, oh, when was the first time you came across like porn like material? And it was like, oh, I walked in on my parents having sex.
Oh, that's horrible.
I'm like, if that's your story, please don't share that next. But no.
Yeah, no.
How'd you first come across this?
I was a kid, yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, obviously, yeah, before hitting puberty, I don't know, I was in elementary. I just remember, I think my parents weren't home. They were like traveling for something. So I get to stay up all night, you know, like nobody tell me to go to sleep. So I just wanted to watch a movie.
Oh my god!
Like I forgot which. We have a bunch of like VHS movies, like, you know, Disney movies, and I was just looking for this movie in particular. And I remember it did not have a label on it because it had fell off. So yeah, I went down the closet and grabbed some VHS. That I thought it was the movie that I thought I wanted to watch, and it was not.
That's insane.
It was one of those things that is like, you know, you should be watching it, but you can't stop looking. But at the same time, it's like, I need to stop this, What if somebody comes? I don't know.
Oh, wow. That's the first I've heard a story like that. Actually,
No, it's actually funny. The last part you said, like, is hilarious because half the time when I would be like watching porn or whatever, like we used to have a black box most of my young life. I mean, those of you don't know what that is. It's like
you're too young
box.
for this podcast. Yeah, please leave.
That too, but it's basically a cable box that had it had a chip in it. Usually had a special chip in it that would unlock, you know, pay-per-view content. And that tip, most people use that to like watch, like, you know, wrestling or boxing or like, you know, theatrical releasing movies that were like kind of new what they'd pay for. But also they had like the porn channels. And I remember, like I mentioned this before, but every so often I would take the cable box, like I would move the cable box to my room, the black one, so I could watch like a wrestling pay-per-view or whatever. And then usually when it was done, I'm like, you know, go switch it to like, you know, Spice TV or whatever it was called, or like whatever the hell the Vivid one was called too, or, you know, and because one of them actually was like softcore, like it wouldn't show penetration. By the way, that's the definition between softcore and hardcore. It wouldn't show penetration, and then one of them did. And I remember I used to watch them. I remember half the time, like it wasn't like, once again, excuse me, that was a weird burp. I like swallowed it, but anyway, I should have said that. But it was a weird thing because I would watch it in the early years. I was still like having puberty, didn't really know, like I wasn't really like watching it for those reasons. So I would just watch it because I knew I wasn't supposed to. Is that a good reason to do it?
I think so. I think that was like also me as a kid. It's like, why this channel's locked? Good thing that I know the unlock code. And you're like, oh, ew, okay, that's why it was locked.
And it's funny you say that because for some reason the channel that had like the no penetration one, the one that was like the softcore channel, that one used to like kind of scare me, and it would kind of like I kind of didn't like it. I'd be like, what is this? Like, what are they doing? Like, I need to know what they're doing. What's the camera not showing me? Like, it was worrying me. I'm like, are they hurting each other? I didn't think that, but I was like, you know, something like that. Okay, what's this shot? Mom, Dad. What? Oh my God, Mommy and Daddy are wrestling. I had a black box, the Spice channel, the Playboy channel. Yeah, the Spice was I think the Spice one was the one that had non-soft core. It's also regional depending on where you go. I mean, not where you go, but like what service you had. Obviously that's all the case for any cable package. Oh wait, it was Adam and Eve channel. That strikes me as weird. And this is how Manuel discovered his favorite director. No, actually, not gonna lie, that actually kind of is the way. There used to be this. I'll tell this story real fast. I don't want to go off topic. I'm already off topic. But there used to be this show called Roger Corman Presents that was on Showtime, and I just thought it would be like sci-fi movies or like horror movies, just like a watch. But it was Showtime, so I remember watching one. And I was like 8 or so, and I remember watching one, and my grandmother came to like visit, and I'm watching this in the living room like nothing, and out of nowhere there was a sex scene, and I was like, and I was recording it too, by the way. I didn't know this was gonna happen. Like I thought I was recording like some random sci-fi movie. I don't remember the name of this movie, but I was like, oh shit, and I think I changed the channel real fast, but she saw it, and I think she just was like, oh, I'm not gonna say anything, and she just like, whatever. I was so embarrassed.
Bruh, Grandma Manuel, so cool.
But that movie was directed by my favorite director. He was one of the first boobs I ever recorded. I mean, he presented me with the first boobs I ever recorded. I wish I remember what the name of the movie was. It was a sci-fi horror movie. Basically, this chick, just to give you the plot like really fast, I remember it. This chick is like a robot. I'm sorry. This dude's wife is replaced by a robot because the dude finds out too much about this organization he works for, and his wife tries to kill him, and that's the whole plot basically. It's like Terminator, but with boobs.
Not that I was thinking about it. That VHS that I first watched, I mean, it's still engraved in my brain until this day. I guess it was just traumatizing. I mean, I don't want to say a lot about it, but it was just like lesbian porn, basically.
Oh shit!
And it turned out fine. Just saying.
But whose video is that though? Whose video was that?
The bitches, I believe it was my stepdad's.
Oh, that
Why would you put it with the kids' movies? Just saying.
Don't. It's like you think we're gonna look. They're gonna learn about it somehow, honey.
I know. This beats us talking to them about it.
Let them do it on their own time.
And actually, I've been telling Manuel, like, there's this presentation that I want to do, but I just haven't had the time to finish it. But I call it Yaoi Run My Life, and it comes from the time that I encountered Yaoi and how like it changed my life, not for the good, but for the bad mostly.
Yes.
Most of the yeah, it was like really bad. It's a really bad story, and like I mean, as in nothing good came out of it until maybe like later. So that's why I feel like it's a really interesting story, because I feel like no one has a story like this. Like this is it's just something like, how does it happen? So I don't want to spoil anything, but just want to throw it out there. I want to talk about it soon.
Okay, cool. Dang.
we should
something spicy for the channel.
I know we should. We didn't have Yuji on again to tell this story. Tell the story. I wanted to watch Frozen, but ended up watching Frozen bits, Frosty bits. What the fuck? Like Frozen titties. No joke. The very first time I ever watched lesbian porn, I was really confused.
It's like, girls shouldn't be doing that with each other.
No, I'm not even joking, because I was really young, and like people make the reference that, like, you know, gay stuff wasn't like, you know, it's different now. It really was, and I didn't. That was literally like probably my first exposure, especially to girl on girl like gay stuff, because I don't think I ever knew about that like at all. Like it's always like guys on guys. I'm like, girls can do it too.
Yeah, I feel that.
I mean, it's true. I mean, this one I wasn't like fucking 18. I was really young when I saw it.
Yeah, because gay wasn't more reference towards guys or gay.
I guess, like, I didn't think much about it when I was a kid. You know, that it was just all girls.
What?
And I'm just like me and my Barbies.
Me and my Barbies.
They're all lesbians. But I didn't even know about it.
They kiss when they're all naked.
Yeah, and like I just didn't happen to have a can, and like.
I didn't have any Ken dolls, and I was just like, gonna make do with what I got, I guess.
I know. Fuck. But yeah, I remember even being kid. Like, I don't think anyone makes the. Sorry, I'm like talking away from my mic. But I don't think anyone makes the difference. I don't think anyone differentiates them anymore. But when I was younger, people used to correct me. And by the way, I mean I was older at this point. This was like past when I knew what like lesbians were. But people used to correct me that you don't call lesbians gay. That was a thing. Like, which is, by the way, I think it still kind of exists. No one thinks about it. That's why it's LGBTQ, lesbian and gay. Like, they're separate terms. And like, I remember like as a kid, like that was a thing. Like people would be like, they're not gay, they're lesbians. And I'm like,
I was like, okay.
Okay. I mean, I guess. I mean, if you want to, you know, if you prefer one term or the other, that's fine. I'm not gonna like judge that. It's just like, look, man, I'm just trying here. I'm trying my best.
That reminds me of like that one bit where it's like, I was watching Top Gear, and then someone asks like Jeremy Clarkson, it's like Jeremy Clarkson, there's someone that says that you don't support the gay community. It's like, no, I do support them. I watch lesbian porn all the time.
I mean, I called you Warren. I called you Warren. That's what the Warren would say. Oh my god, George.
God damn it.
We're waiting for it.
It's funny because I actually am not like people make fun of me. People used to make fun of me when I was younger. To a lesser extent still now, but it's not really a thing. But when I was younger, like all my guy friends would be like, you don't like lesbian porn. I'm like, I actually don't. For those who don't know, most lesbian porn, quote unquote lesbian porn, girl on girl, it's for the guy market. It's like they don't make it for girls, you know, to enjoy. It's for the guy market. I've never been a fan of it. More power to you if you are. I don't care. But I'm just saying I've never been a fan of it. And my friends used to always be like, "Oh, Manuel's weird, fucking weirdo." there was also one time, and I said this before. I don't think I said that story, but I said this other story many times. But there was one time when tell you to wrap up a story I've told before. I had a friend of mine who used to like send his like gay porn to my house all the time when I was like, you know, younger. And it turned out to be like gay foot fetish porn, which is a niche within a niche, which is great, but whatever. But this brought up this whole conversation about foot fetishy porn with like my friends, but we were talking mainly about like boy girl foot fetish porn. And I was like, I don't get the whole foot fetish thing. And all my friends like that I was talking to, and they're all guys by the way, all the guys I was talking to this with were like all staring at me, and they're like, you don't like feet? I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that, because that was the exact tone. Those were the exact words. And I never felt so ostracized by my peers in my life.
That's so silly. I don't.
Was that one moment?
I don't get it either. I don't know why. I didn't even know that was that big with so many people back then.
Apparently it is. No, it's like that peeing in the shower thing. It's like you don't think it's big until you tell a group of people. Then suddenly everyone is against you. By the way, apparently everyone pees in the shower but me. But
yeah.
So yeah, it's like the kind of thing where like I thought that was weird, and then I say it out loud, and everyone's like, you're the weird one for not whatevering this. So yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like Fate. Wait, is Fate just girl? I told Leslie that while I guess I'm a lesbian because I'm a oh my god, that's what Warren said.
Wow.
Warren, stop. Oh my god. Anyways, I don't want to finish reading that. But
Leslie, just stop him.
I know. Well, Warren. That's actually why I yelled at Jordan earlier and called him Warren, because Warren always just like he's wild and he's off the cuff, and I'm like, Leslie, you need to come, like control your man, get him out of here. He's embarrassing himself.
Come pick him up. He's drunk.
Yeah, exactly.
He's wasted.
Oh my god.
Oh, before I start lining out this bunny boy, is there anything I should do to him to make him?
I'm sober.
To make him pop out.
I don't know. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good so far.
That giant carrot's perfect though.
I'm glad you like it.
It's gonna go up his butt later.
It's like he's like hee hee.
I'll give him a little something at the end when I'm done outlining him. Let's see.
Does Warren like recreated the goodbye? What goodbye horse scene? What goodbye horse scene? What are you talking about?
Oh, you're talking about the one from the one that gets stuck in the what do you call it? The one that gets stuck in the swamp.
No, don't bring that up. I as a kid that shit broke me. I don't want to be remembered about that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the scene from Neverending Story where Artax, the horse, gets okay, this is okay. Now, you want to know something really horrible about this? In the movie, have you seen the movie Yuji? Neverending Story? Well, TLDR, the main character has a horse, and they enter this place called the Swamp of Sadness. And if you get sad, like you start feel like it's not even you get sad, the whole place like imbues sadness, and once the sadness starts to take over you, you sink into the swamp and you die. And TLDR,
5 seconds.
I know. TLDR, his horse doesn't make it, and like the horse is sinking, and the kid's like crying. He's like, Artax, you gotta fight it. You gotta fight the sadness, and the horse is just sinking and sinking. You know what the worst part is? Most people don't know this, but Neverending Story is based on a book, and if you read the book, Artax can talk, and the scene where he died, and the same thing happens, by the way, but in the scene where he dies, he literally tells Atreyu, please keep walking so you don't have to see me die like this. And it's like, what the fuck? So yeah, I was torn apart as a kid. Then I read the book, and I was even more fucking torn part.
Oh, that sucks.
And by the way, I read the book also as a kid. It's not like I read it like way later on. I read it when I was still like, you know, like really young. But yeah, I was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, the horse dies a horrible death. No matter. It's even worse in the book, obviously. But in the movie, the horse is just standing there and he's crying. By the way, Atreyu should have sung too, but that's a whole other story. But
I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, because Atreyu's crying his eyes out. I guess the swamp is just an asshole. And so like, no, I like your sadness. So yeah. But yeah, that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
I hate that scene.
Wesley says that he was not referencing that though.
Oh, Silence of the Lambs. Oh, that horse.
Good thing you brought that up.
Well, thank you for bringing up childhood trauma. This is the childhood trauma podcast. Now I'm all down again. I was in a good mood until now, and I'm just like, fucking hell, Artex, please come back. My childhood died with you. My innocence is at the bottom of the swamp of sadness.
That's when he found those porno mags in the dumpster.
I'm
like,
not even joking.
After.
It's around the same time. So that little joke I just made of my sadness died. I mean, my innocence died with you is probably
good.
accurate.
I'm glad I brought it up then. It's all relative.
Yeah. It's all relative. Artex killed my childhood, and then I'm like, fuck it. I'll just dig through this bag of sticky porn. That'll fill the hole in my heart.
Ew.
Ew. Hot glue.
Hot glue everywhere.
What?
I'm not even joking. I remember my first DVD ever, before I even had a DVD player, was a porn DVD I found in an alley. Not the same trash bag. This is way later on. That's me why porn. I live in a bad area, but like
yeah,
that's why there was so much porn in the alley.
What do you? It's like you just see all these things.
Well, I don't walk through alleys anymore. But like I can only assume people walk down alleys all the time back in the day. Like even now, probably you find weird shit, like probably drugs. But
I feel like you just didn't care whose alley you went into, just so like.
This is actually true. Like I used to like walking down alleys. That sounds weird to say, but like, oh, here's an alley. I'll walk down it. I'm not even joking. It's not even a bad joke. Oh like as a kid, I'd always do that. Surprising to get me in more trouble.
You're the reason why the Amber Alert exists.
Exactly. That sounds like I'm like, what? I'm like just walking to every dangerous situation, and I'm like, oh look, here's strange porn by itself. Let me just go closer to it. You know, all of this is like just I need to shut up.
I think I did that as a kid too. Just like went through like alleys, but just because they're like, I don't know the mystery of it, and it was like the whole thing was just trying to see how fast I could go through the whole thing, you know?
Oh my god. What is up with you guys? Jesus.
You feel invincible when you're young.
Yeah, I suppose.
For real.
I won't feel as invincible if I get kidnapped though. Go figure.
I was talking to my best friend the other day. We've been best friends since we were like 12.
That's awesome.
So yeah. I was thinking about her. Talking to her, and we were talking about like, you know, now we're like, oh, let's go through there, or oh, come on, let's cross. And we were thinking as kids, we didn't give a fuck. Like, we just went through alleys. We would be walking on the streets, like, you know, in Mexico, like at 3 a.m.
Oh my god.
Like miles, like now I try to like walk the same like ways that we used as kids, and we're like, no, this is fucking far, no way. It's like, and we're like, we used to walk like this as kids for like in the middle of the night, and nothing happened to us. Like how?
Oh, same thing. Like there were these train tracks that I used to walk down, and like we used to fall. It was this Target, and there was this Target, and basically, if you walked X amount of blocks to these train tracks, and then you follow the train tracks all the way towards the end, you'd end up in front of a Target. I mean, the train's kept going, but you ended up kind of in front of a Target. So this is a 24-hour Target, by the way. So we used to walk there all the fucking time to go there like at midnight or whatever the fuck. And we wouldn't even really buy anything. It was just something we did as kids. Like, you know, let's walk to the Target, guys. Okay. And there was also a Kmart that was like a little bit further up the road of the Target. And it was a super Kmart, so like this big market section. And we used to go in there and we used to play with the lobsters that were, they sold live lobsters at this Kmart. Don't ask me why.
Interesting.
But we used to play with the lobsters that were in the tank. And don't ask me why the tank was okay. I'm sure the tank was not accessible, but we would go behind it and like play with the lobsters. Like I was about to say, don't ask me why the lobsters were accessible. I'm sure you weren't supposed to walk behind where the lobsters were.
I'm sure management didn't care.
Well, there was like no employees there, and
it was a night shift.
Yeah, and at the time I didn't know any better, but I've worked a few overnights in my retail like and food days. Like I wouldn't care either. It's like they don't pay me enough for that shit.
Exactly. Oh, sorry. Excuse
like,
me.
Was that a burp or did you fart?
I burped.
Oh, that's not as interesting.
Manuel with a scat fetish.
Oh, fuck you.
Okay, we don't have to bring that up today. We can bring that up on another stream. Don't worry.
I need to talk to Ren. I want Ren on one of these faps one of these days. But we that sounds weird to say out loud like that. I need to phrase that better when I ask her. But I want Ren on one of these one day. Because I remember one of the funny things about Ren is that like she has these crazy burps, and they always come out of nowhere, and it's like contest-worthy burps. Oh, and I think that would be a great addition to FAP. Because everyone faps the burping, right?
Someone out there is right now.
Dude, one of my favorite YouTubers is this guy named Wang. I don't know if you watch him, if either of you watch him. I know a lot of other people watch him on our other streams. But his name is Wang, and no, it's not a penis. His name is actually Wang, but his big videos he became famous for was he talks about the My Little Pony cum jar, but he has other videos about other internet shit. But one of them was about like this video about like some chick who farted on a birthday cake, and that led me down a rabbit hole of a fetish I did not know existed. People who fart on things and then people eat it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm like,
I don't mean to bring this up.
I ain't judging, but I'm judging.
Actually, like right now, recently, I've been seeing a lot of TikToks with the whole like My Little Pony jar thing, but I don't understand where it comes from.
Yeah, it's like weirdly popular now. Yeah.
What? Why?
It got a second resurgence. I don't know who made it popular again, but it got a second wind out of nowhere.
That's something that should be dead right now. Like,
yeah, I have no idea what it's about. I just keep seeing these TikToks about it. I'm like, okay.
I'm gonna take a wild guess that there must be like a new season of My Little Pony or something.
Oh, actually, there is the new the Not Friendship is Magic season started not that long ago, I think.
Yeah, and that might be it. That might be the reason why.
It's funny because like I had an ex-girlfriend who was like into My Little Pony, and apparently she was into it like, you know, as a kid with the original, like some original version of My Little Pony. And her and I were together around the time when, like, you know, Friendship is Magic was becoming popular. And for those who don't know, that's the show that like blew it up.
That's the show that broke you two up.
Yeah, basically. No, but no, I remember she started getting like, I remember like it was because of her that I got exposed to like bronies and shit, and I was like, what the fuck? And she was the person who first told me about bronies, because at that time I was very much like, this sounds really stupid, you'd be like, no, I don't believe this, but at the time I was very much like prim and proper Manuel. Like I didn't do anything. I was just like, I'm a good it's not a joke then either. It's like, I'm a good pure Christian boy, not Christian boy, but a pure good, like, you know, good boy. It's like, I'm gonna sit here and like not drink and not peruse any naughty material. And when she was talking about bronies, I'm like, what the fuck? It just blows my mind. And topic for the day, but I wanted to bring up the brony thing one day. The problem is finding somebody who was willing to admit they're a brony, male or female. But anyways, do you have any yaoi body pillows, Yuji?
I used to. It was a friend gave it to me. It's actually the Vocaloids Len
oh,
in Kaito, yeah. One of them on each side, yeah. I actually, yeah, I was one of those persons. I actually brought it to a con, and I was like, I would carry it around. But when I was just dressed like cosplay Miku.
Now, I know the next joke I'm gonna make is horrible, but I thought of it instantly, and it's not funny because I have to pretense it now. But I wanted to pretense it so somebody doesn't clip it out of context. But as soon as Yuji said though, one side's Len, one side's Kaito, my first joke was gonna be like, do I want to break the law tonight? I need to shut up.
Illegal?
Yes, exactly. That was my first thought. It's like, how spicy okay, I won't say that. I didn't take it, I went back. Oh, I need to shut up.
In the back of your mind. That's probably the best.
It's kind of funny because like I don't have it anymore because my little sister asked for it. She's like, can I keep it? And I'm like, okay, whatever.
Oh my
I just let her have it.
Oh,
That's nice.
that's nice. I'd be upset. I've legitimately always wanted a full body pillow, just for like actual body pillow purposes. But then I'd want to get a cover for, yeah, and then I'd feel weird.
I actually got my friend a Dakimakura of 2B from Nier Automata. And it was like I had to look up like what kind of material it would be printed on. It was like a silk or something like real soft. I was like, awesome. And so I just bought him the sheet, and then years later he told me that he doesn't use it. His sister uses it. His younger sister, who likes to cuddle next to the 2B pillow with the ass sticking up. And
I was about to say, like, it has to be one with her ass out because she's like the ass one. She's the ass
yeah.
girl.
But it's a front and back pillow too, so
Whoa,
there's two different
Mr.
designs.
Otaku, what the fuck? He clips the one man that wants to break the fucking. Oh, you bastard. I like that though. That was also from a Simpsons episode that I used to always quote when I was younger. There's this one. It's a different episode, but like just to cut to the chase, the Simpsons are staying with this one lady. They want to get hired at this random diner, and everything that somebody does, she's like, I like that. Like, oh, you're a smartass. I like that. Oh, you're brutally honest. I like that. Oh, you're still in my truck. I like that. And I used to always say that when I was a kid. But yeah, I like that, Mr. Otaku. Thank you for potentially counseling me. That's great.
This whole mission right here.
Oh man, let's move on. Let's move on a little to like the minor bits of the segments. We'll come back to this. But I forgot I wrote an outline. I'm not even gonna lie.
Still had an outline for this gorilla episode?
I actually did. It wasn't fully finished, but we haven't touched on any of it. Now we do have our normal segments. I don't want to talk about the JAV Actress of the Week because Snakz isn't here, and I mean we'll continue it later. But I just felt weird choosing one without Snakz this week. But I did want to mention that last time we were on, we talked about Henri Okita because we had Moon on. I didn't know it at the time, but a friend of mine, a really hardcore like collector of JAV, and it's funny because he's gay as all hell, but he just loves collecting JAV. But he which is fine. I'm not saying anything wrong with that. I'm just saying I just find it amusing that my one JAV like encyclopedias collector doesn't actually watch it for those reasons. But he pointed out that Henri recently delisted all of her stuff. So when I said go out and watch her movies or whatever we suggested, you can't do that legally anymore, I guess, because she's retired so long ago, and now she's like so removed from porn. Like we mentioned it too, she's done movies, she does singing and other shit like that. Wow. So Japan does have a law, not a law, but it's kind of, I don't know if it's a law or if it's like an unspoken agreement between like companies that like it's like after 5 years of production, the actress or the performers or whatever can be like, hey, can you just like not sell my shit anymore? And they'll do that. And this happens even when they're active. Like they might be doing a movie still, and they're like, hey, remember those movies from 5 years ago? Can you stop selling those? And most distributors will do it because they're like, who buys 5-year-old porn anyway? So I thought that was worth mentioning.
Someone's going to, that's for sure.
I think someone for sure. If it's on sale.
Yeah.
I just thought that was worth mentioning that, like, oops, sorry for last week telling you to go look up Henri Okita, and apparently you can't. Well, I'm sure you can if you go to like some like tube site and watch like an illegal upload. But yeah.
But don't do that. We don't do that. Condone that here.
But apparently someone make you watch it. Yeah, just go on eBay and pay a ton of money for an import and then fap to that. Why did I say that? oh. We'll move back to the bullshit in a second, but I was looking up like shit from the internet for April Fools, and one of the things I looked up was that on April Fool's Day, mind you, this was not an April Fool's joke, Tenga released a new Tenga premium cup that's like really cheap, but like good, but apparently it suctions, and I didn't know that was a thing you could do with sex toys, and like well, okay, let me phrase this. It's not electronic. It's just like you push a thing and it sucks air from outside, and then when you use it, it like pulls on your thing. But yes, and that's wild to me. I'm not saying I'm gonna go buy one. I just thought it just blew my mind.
That doesn't sound so wild. I mean,
it's like a fucking it's like, who thought of that? That's the biggest part that blows my mind. Is like, who was like, okay, we want this to be cheap, so we don't want to put like a motor or anything in it. So how can we get that suction without having a motor?
Like an air pump.
Yes. So someone devised a method where you squeeze it sucks in air, and then when you go the other way, it like uses the air it sucked.
Isn't that just like physics though?
I guess it is, but
because like even with other Tengas, I imagine it would have still worked that way, because there's a seal, and it would have just naturally just sucked it back in on that.
Well, sorta, but this one has a seal on the other, like a hole on the other end that you sorta control that helps the suction. But have you ever used the Tenga? I've never used one. I feel like that
wouldn't. I only imagine that's what it would be like, though.
I used to. I think I mentioned the story many times, but I'm gonna say it again. Anyway, there's this bar I love going to in Golden Gai, Shinjuku, that had this Tenga on the table, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And somebody I was drinking with actually opened it. I'm like, "Why the fuck would you open it?" But anyways, the guy opened it, and the bartender was like, "Don't worry, I cleaned it out tonight."
What?
What?
He said that. Oh, mind you, this bar was not like Golden Gai is like this like alley of bars, and they're tiny. They're like, they fit like 8 people, and then you're crowded in there. That like, it's not up to code.
Okay,
like,
okay. I don't care about the alley. I just want to know. The guy said he cleaned it tonight.
He cleaned it tonight.
And then like there are nights where he didn't clean it.
He doesn't clean it, and there's like there's hot glue in there for anyone knows.
Let's also not forget the fact that people are sharing this. It's a community thing.
Yes.
It's like that the thing I posted like a couple weeks ago. It was like the Tenga party pack, and a coworker told me, "Yeah, I saw it in Japan, and I thought it was hilarious." And I'm like, "Yeah, a party pack, like Tenga party."
I was at a Don Quixote, and for those who don't know, Don Quixote is kind of like the CVS, for lack of a better way to describe, like a Rite Aid.
Oh.
In like Japan.
Don't drop him like that. Don Quixote is like a dream buster store, if you think about it.
It's kind of like a Target.
Please.
It's kind of more like a Target, but not really. but I guess it's like a Target. But I honestly feel like it's more like a Rite Aid or a CVS. But anyways, it's that kind of general story type place, but department-y kinda. But at one point, like I was in one, and they had like a little Tenga display, and I was in the one in Shinjuku, which has like a really big. Well, the one in Shibuya is gigantic, but I was in the one in Shinjuku, which is pretty big in and of itself, and in the display where they had the Tengas, in English was like, oh, buy, like they had a sale where if you bought like so many Tengas, you got so many free, and the whole purpose of the sale was like to buy them for your friends back home. You know. And I'm like, imagine me giving out Tengas to everyone
as a souvenir.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it. I can see some people like being like that with their friends. They're like, "Hey, I brought you this from Japan."
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I agree.
Ooh, posture shot.
And you're like, I mean, maybe you wrap it and you're like, "Don't open it until you get home."
You know what's crazy? So I live in Hawaii, and Hawaii is like the stop off.
Are you in Hawaii right now?
No, I'm not. I'm in California.
Okay.
Yeah, but Hawaii is where the stop off is for if you're going to Japan. And in Hawaii, they've done a recent renovation in the mall in the food court area, and it's like, oh, really cool place because it looks like Japanese food stalls. That's what the area kind of looks like. And at the very back, they have a gacha area, and the gacha isn't like how you would think gachas are in Japan. because you get points, and then you give these points to the register guy, and you can say, oh, what do you want to spend the points on? And one of the items in the cabinet was a Tenga. Like, there's like shelves of Tengas in this food court area where no one knows what it is. They just see like these weird looking cup things and this thing called Tengas. And children play around this area too, and you know.
What if a kid it's like, I want
it? I want a Tenga.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I want it.
Yeah, and the parents don't know what it is, probably. They just see it and just like, yeah, sure, we can try it out. Go home and let little Timmy have a go at it.
Open it up. Like, where do I put oh my god.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know if they knew or if they had any semblance as to what they were doing. But yeah.
That's crazy. It's funny because I actually didn't know what Tengas. I mean, I knew what Tengas were like a long time ago, but for the longest time, I didn't know what they were. I never really encountered them. The first time I ever encountered one and was curious what it was, I was in Mexico of all places. I was in Mexico City at this this random sex shop in like fuck, I forgot what the name of the street was. It was like this very trendy street in Mexico City, and somebody told me it was like the gay district, but that's a whole other story. But anyways, I was there with like this guy who was like guiding us around, and he took us to this sex shop. Actually, I wanted to go to the sex shop. I'm like, oh my god, can we go in there? And we went in.
Yeah, how dare you throw him under the bus, Manuel?
Yeah, actually, I'm not gonna front. I wanted to go, and it's funny because half the group didn't want to go. Just like me, Tiffany, and the guy we were with like went. I don't know why I call it Tiffany like that by name. Oops. But anyways, we all went, and we went inside there. And I mentioned this part of the story. That's the place that had the places like the theaters, like the booths that smelled terrible because you could do your business in the booths, you know.
Ew.
But in there they had Tengas there, and I was like, what are those? And then the guy's like, oh, those are like, you know, Japanese like you know, pocket female body parts. I don't know why I don't say that word now. But yes, it's like that, but they're cheap and affordable, so you can just like buy a bunch, and you know. So yeah. And that was the first time I had ever seen one. It was in Mexico City of all places.
Wonderful. At least you know that they're willing to accept other cultures into their area. That's a good sign. They
had a pretty good selection too, if I might add. I'd seen them before in like American places. They usually had like one, and I just didn't know what it was. I was just like, oh, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it had something in it, like it was like a lube or something. I don't know how to put it. You know, I thought it was something in there that you used, but not like that. You know what I'm trying to say? Yes.
What do they do? And you know, what else are they going to do in Mexico other than beat each other's meats with Tengas? You know, that's just
beat each other's meat with Tengas.
Yeah, that's just life. We're gonna give this guy a big package.
Oh my god. And we actually went to a church right after that. It was great. It's time to touch Warren as wait, what? Wait, I'm here to touch Warren's ass at home. Wait, are you with Warren right now? Are you touching his butt? Stop touching his butt.
You like leave Warren alone.
Mystery Taco redeem compliment check. Jordan, you have a nice ass.
Oh, what?
It's a compliment check. We have to compliment each other.
Oh. You have you have good video quality, Manuel. That's
you
nice.
son of a bitch. And usually, I like your makeup today, but also you have. I would say your room looks really nice, and I don't think I've ever seen it like. It looks like you're in a different place. I guess your lighting's really good tonight. But yes,
it's clean.
Yeah.
I know. There you go. We all
like
love
your
each
lighting.
Other.
Yeah, and your
and
makeup.
Actually, yes. Thank you for noticing. I did rearrange my lighting for this time.
Much better than Manuel's lighting, let's be honest.
Well, also, I haven't been paying attention to my lighting. When I set my light up, there was still light outside. I don't know if Jordan noticed, but like there was still light behind me, and now it's gotten to be night.
A little bit, yeah.
But also, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really been looking at that screen. I've been looking at this screen, and I'm a lot smaller on it. But anyways, let me see what else I have on. No hydrate. It's funny.
I got a smoothie. Does that count? Smoothie.
What do you mean no cursing? Fudge that.
And he still tries to do it.
Fudge that.
Fudge that. It's funny because I mentioned this before, but when I was younger, when I was like in my first few years of elementary school, I went to a Christian school, and I actually got sent to the principal's office for saying "damn," and they paddled me for that, and And I remember I was so mad. I wanted to kick I threatened the kid who told on me. Oh yeah, by the way, she didn't hear me say it. A fucking little snitch of a kid went and told the teacher, and I threatened the kid like, I'm gonna kick your ass. And I think I did say I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm not like changing my like 5-year-old words or however young I was at the time. I did tell him to kick his ass or whatever. Then he went and told the teacher that, and they tried to threaten me some more. And then I yelled at the principal, and they called my parents, and the principal yelled at the parents yelled at the principal and this whole thing. But yeah, I was not made for Christian school.
Folks should check. I don't have a back on my.
Yeah, it's funny because like I have a chair now, but for those of you who watch streams, like I got this chair right before I didn't get it right before the Rona, but we had to clear out our office right before the Rona, and I took this chair home. That gives you the time frame of how long I've had it. But I used to sit like in a stool, and I remember like there was actually one stream, and I wasn't drunk or anything like that, but I leaned back and I forgot my chair had no back, and I fell through my back. It was yeah, and it was live. It was on a UPZ. Oh my god. But I was like having to, I forgot who was on, and it was like Yara, of course, was on, but it was somebody else was on, and I was like, ha ha ha, oh, like
that. That is hilarious.
And I'm not joking. Like it was like a movie. Like I fell back, and you could see my feet go up in the camera. That's how weird. Like that's how like perfect I fell. Yeah. Because I saw it back, and I cut it out for YouTube.
Oh, you should have left it in.
It doesn't exist anywhere anymore. And I think that was one of the early episodes. It doesn't have an edited non-YouTube version. So yeah, it only exists as an edited version.
I can't believe you would edit it out. How could you? That was like.
But yeah. It was so funny because like everyone's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Ow!" I'm like,
"Man, I've been laughing. I've been laughing my ass off."
I was laughing too. To be fair, I'm like, I forgot my chair had no back, but it was funny because like right now I'm using a virtual background because we're on Zoom, but like I had my backdrop set up and I fell through it, so I knocked it all down, and you saw like my real room and everything, and I was like,
Reveal everything.
Yeah, and the rest of the show, if you still watch this, if you ever go back and watch it, I never put my backdrop back up, so you could still see like what happened. Because I cut it out. You don't know. It just looks like I took down my backdrop for no reason in the middle of the show.
Just this huge change in like background, like no one like notices it. Like really, it's like, oh, it seems all right.
I hope now and I don't forget that I have no back on my chair.
Yeah, no, exactly. And like it's funny because like you would think like, oh, you were drunk, right? And like no. Oh god, that was a weird cough. Sorry, my throat's a little raspy from Wednesday. Yeah, Warren, I don't know if you're still in the chat, Warren, but I'm mad at you because I did that voice, that like stupid laugh voice I do on that show, and like when I was doing that voice, I threw my voice out and it was coughing like crazy, and Warren didn't even care. You don't care about me.
Yes.
We have this running joke on the gaming stream, so it sounds weird to say it outside of it. You guys like what? But we have this running joke, like me and Snakz, like Warren doesn't love us; he just loves our doggy style.
I mean, that's fair.
I mean that's fair. That's fair. That's not only fair to only love us for, but it's also a fair assessment of not caring about Manuel's throat that just died. You're the one who made me redeem. Why did I make you redeem? I didn't say anything. Wait, have I been cursing? I feel like I have been. Yeah, Sorry. I'm a little buzzed. Let me read the rest of this thing to make sure I'm not missing anything from the thing that I might want to talk about. The Edo Get recommendation of the week. I didn't have one, mainly because I just couldn't think of one. Usually Snakz does think of them. I thought of Bible Black last week, but usually Snakz does help me on this, so I couldn't think of one. But yesterday, 2 days ago, a Manga Gamer sent me an email for a press release, and in the press release, they're releasing a game called Horny Elves and a Moral Orc. And the whole idea is all these horny elves and this orc who is all like, I'm a good orc, and the elves are trying to seduce him. Female elves, by the way. And it's a harem thing, but it's an orc. And I felt like, I'm not joking, the next day, like you would think Manga Gamer timed it for this, but they didn't. The next day, Extra Credits, this YouTube channel, if you ever heard of Extra Credits, either of you, they do like stick figure history things usually. I subbed to the channel because they did some pretty good like Three Kingdoms and like other history shit that I like, in the past. But yesterday they did a video about evil races in fantasy worlds, And the thing that they talked about, which by the way is they didn't create this topic, but they talked about it, is they brought up the fact that some people feel that orcs are basically representation of people of color. And they're getting canceled for it. And I've always thought that was a really bad take on anything to think that. And I thought that was really worth noting. So I want to point out that go look at that game from Manga Gamer. I don't know, just it comes out in July, I think. But yeah, go look at it if you're into that kind of thing. But like, I just find it funny that they released that game. And when I was looking at it, I'm like, who would want to be it just seems like a weird story. But yeah, apparently they're extra credits and other fantasy people think they're people of color. I think that's a very racist thing to say. And TLDR, they're being called out for being racist, making that comparison. I'm not making this up. They said this, not me. They're like, oh, orcs, whenever you make an orc evil, it reflects on people in real life. And I'm not joking. They showed a picture of an orc and they showed a picture of an old black lady together. And it's like, wow. I'm like, extra credits. That's racist. You did a racist. But anyways,
oh my god.
Anyways, let's not go any further in that. I just wanted to point out that's a bad take on extra credits thing, and it's funny because me and Warren have talked about this before, and I just want to leave it at that. But let's move on. Talk about Monster Girls or some shit because that feels related.
Ooh, Monster Girls. Oh.
This stream brought to you by Manga Gamer. Yeah, it actually is.
It actually is.
I'm just kidding. It actually isn't.
Yeah,
no
what money are we getting from that?
We're not. But I actually love Manga Gamer. I've mentioned this before. Manga Gamer has not given us a dime. But I'm pretty sure you've been around when I talked about this before. But Manga Gamer they've been so nice to us everywhere. Like when we've gone to their booths at AX, they usually have lines in front of them. They've shut down the booth. So we can go inside and film it on our own. Aww. And we've interviewed almost all their guests that they've brought over the past couple years, and they have literally given us any game we've ever asked for to review, including I think you reviewed a couple for us, Jordan. They've given us games from the past, so I'm like, and I've literally every so often when we need a new review, I feel like we haven't done a game review in a while, and I'm like, hey, we need to get some games out there, some reviews out there, so we could ask for others. I'll usually look up Manga Gamer's thing, and I'm like, guys, pick a game so we can go review it, and then usually I'll email them and Manga Gamer will give us it. So I actually do love Manga Gamer.
Why don't you give me fighting games? God damn it.
Huh? I've given you several games. I've given you
a couple games. That was it.
Well, you never asked for others. Okay. They actually have a really good game too. It's called I forgot what it's called, something Princess. It's like a sex positive female game about just a girl who likes sex.
Something Princess.
It really was called Something Princess. I forget the whole name of it. And I remember specifically because there's this picture of it that we made fun of during DTL where this cat girl, she is taking on an appearance of a cat girl, but her cat ears are her real ears. As in they're not a headband. She grew cat ears, and it blew my mind. And it was that annoying thing that I first noticed it there. She had cat ears and real ears. Human ears, real ears, human ears.
Is this from the there has to be is it from the meme? Is this the game from that or does it have cat ears and human ears?
Is that a real meme? I didn't know that.
I don't know if it's a meme. I think it's just
it pisses me off.
Yeah.
Now that I noticed it, it makes me upset. I'm like, why does it who gives them cat ears and human ears?
Yeah, apparently they do. That's good design. That's good character design, Manuel. You obviously wouldn't know. You're not a gamer.
I have gamer bottles.
Okay, never mind.
I actually don't have gamer bottles. It's funny because Warren always makes jokes to send me them. Anyways, Yuji, do you have gamer bottles?
I don't know what that is. Oh! I thought it took me literally a second. No.
you just piss on the floor.
Yeah, I just piss on the floor.
It's funny because Yuji can't drink right now because she has reasons she can't drink right now, but every so often when we get drunk, we're always like, it's that time to piss on the floor.
Don't. No. There should never be a time to piss on the floor. That time
it's all right, 2 a.m., time to piss on the floor, everybody.
There's a time. Cool.
No, it could be any time. It could be okay, 12 a.m.
Wow,
Physical time.
glad to be part of history like this.
Yeah, everyone needs to know 2 a.m. is the piss on the floor, piss on the floor o'clock.
Ew. No. Don't. Whoever's new to this, don't do that.
This isn't a democracy. You have to do it.
I don't know right now why it came back to me, but I think the last one, I don't know, I can't remember the Drink to Learn where he was talking about Boku no Pico, and I mentioned the visual novel for PC, and everybody's like, didn't know that existed. It do, and I have it.
I didn't know it existed either. Oh, 'cause it's on your old computer.
That died, but I mean, it does exist. I did play it. Yeah, it's horrifying. If you thought the anime or OVA was bad, you have no idea.
What are you talking about? It's probably the most tasteful thing I'll ever see.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been confused by it because I'm like, is it like bad? How do I say this? Is it like just hardcore gay sex, or is it just?
Yeah, I mean,
what's wrong with it?
It's really hardcore, and they're fucking kids. That is what makes it bad, you know?
Yes.
They chose the illegal side of the pillow that night.
Yeah, but like, I mean, at least I like to see it as, I believe, yeah, Pico is like they're like he's 13, but the other boy's not.
Oh my god.
Like the other boy, I think is like 12 or 11.
Yeah,
Wait,
they're
what?
young. Yeah.
No, really?
Yes.
But I believe Pico is 13, and I think Coco is also like 13 or 14.
Oh my god.
But Chico
is terrible.
But Chico, I don't think. Yeah, he is definitely younger than both of them.
All I know is that they're underage. That's it. That's all I need to know.
I'm not giving names and like everything.
No.
And of course, Mokun, he can, you know, he's about 20 or whatever year old.
Yeah.
But yeah, but the game is mostly just the kids. It's just the kids, but it goes really hardcore.
Oh my god.
And yeah.
It's funny because I've been trying to look into a bit more of like eroge in general, because once again I mentioned this like just a few minutes ago, but like not just Mind Gamer, but usually it's an easier genre to request review copies for, because I think most people just don't, because it's like, you know, people would want to get reviews out there, but most people are like, I'm not gonna put up that on my site, you know, that kind of thing. We have no shame, but what was I saying? Oh, but I mentioned it before. Like, there's certain art styles I just don't gel with. There's certain scenes I don't gel with, and Boku no Pico just sounds like one of those. And I'm not against, like, you know, the gay part per se. Like, it seems like, you know, I can still enjoy a good gay sex story. Like I mentioned before, we mentioned in the past that Q was streaming, or still is streaming, No Thank You on Plexstorm, which, by the way, Plexstorm is an 18+ streaming site where you could just stream whatever the fuck you want. It's funny because Q streams like her eroge games there, but it was Callie who told me that when you go there, most of the streams are just girls streaming topless. Like, they're playing games, but they're streaming topless.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and I'm like, Q, do I need to tell you what you gotta do to get the views? Oh, I'm getting canceled tonight. Anyways.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that does make it harder for other people to get views, if you think about it.
It's like, Q, it's like, your top is on. That's not helping. I'm joking. I'm joking. Mind you, I told her this and she's laughed. That makes it okay, right? That package isn't that big, Jordan.
What are you talking about? This?
Yeah, it's all right.
Well, I mean, it's a side view too, so like I can't really do much about
I'm
that.
sorry. It's a side view. You can't just see its massiveness.
Like, no. I mean, everything about this is entirely different style than I'm used to. So.
I know, it's actually like This is extremely BL yaoi like looking style. I didn't know you had this in you, Jordan. Come on, this is great.
No, I've been changing how I draw recently, so it's like, or the method I use to draw, and it's been made things a lot easier. Like right now, how much time do we have before the stream's over? Oh,
yeah, we should be wrapping up. That's actually why I keep checking on your drawing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of stalling for you, but so yeah.
No, I'm like kind of done.
It's looking good though.
Well, you're already coloring. Just finish the coloring and then we'll wrap it up. Not creepy to joke about. Just saying. I mean, you're making fun of me. Ooh, it's gonna be a fun night. But no. Yeah. Let me actually read the thing up real fast, and I'll use the last couple like brief topics. I don't know if you noticed, Yuji. This is in my April Fool's part of the show that I never talk about. But the vocalist from Golden Bomber released a video where he's all like recording his, male voice recordings. He's all like, "No, we don't need that here. Go away." And he has like a nice version and a mean version, so girls can play that to get rid of like people they don't want at the door. I thought that was both funny and sad. That kind of has to be created in Japan, but still, it's kind of funny that he did it. And mind you, in the video, because he posted on YouTube, and he's like, "Hey, this is for all the women out there, all our fans. Use these however you want." But in the video, he's dressed like a woman, so he can do it. But yeah,
yeah, he's really funny.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Golden Bomber is a very like tongue-in-cheek sort of visual K group. I don't know if you can even call it that, but yeah.
Air visual K.
Oh, we didn't even talk about cons. I wanted to talk about cons a bit.
Okay, let's go.
Let's talk about cons and about like, it's funny because we both went to hentai. Actually, you stayed with me at hentai con. We both went to hentai con together. Me and Yuji. I forgot you actually stayed with me at hentai con, but we both went to hentai con. By the way. Do you remember when Cass flooded the toilet? The only reason I bring that up because I told that story on the last DTL, and I just felt like I had to tell that with more context now. Do you remember that? Were you there, Yuji, when she did it?
Maybe. I mean, the toilet floats all the time, so it's kind of hard to tell.
But it was funny because like the whole reason I told the story was because apparently some friend of Callie's got mad at her because she like supposedly, who knows whether she did or didn't, told the people about it. And what the funny thing was is that Cass flooded the toilet at hentai con, and she was the only one, as far as I remember, who flooded it at that con. The ALA, we had lots of troubles with the toilet, but at hentai con, she flooded it, and she's like, "Manuel," and she wasn't staying in our room, she just flooded our toilet, and she was like, "Manuel, I flooded the toilet," and I'm like Cass, hold on. I pulled out my phone, I'm like, "Smile," and she smiled, take a picture, and I'm like, "I'm gonna post this," and I posted it public, and I'm like, "This is the face of someone who flooded our toilet." and then I called the hotel to come clear it out. But yeah. I'm joking, but it's funny because I just thought that was funny that Callie got in trouble because she supposedly, she said she did it, but she supposedly told someone else about somebody who flooded her toilet, and I dead ass to her face. It's like, "Cass, I'm telling you, it's in the whole world."
Oh man, you're
the toilet's always clogged. And like all cons, they're horrible.
ALA was the worst. ALA, the toilet kept like clogging like every fucking day. It was so annoying. And then of course, like when it clogged, that's when everyone had to use it. How do we get so many viewers now that we're talking about clogged toilets? But
that's it. It's that they're
so
coming to relive the memories.
It's so relatable.
Everyone... Like, yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah, we've But yeah, so how was Hentai Con for you? You actually went to the con more than I did. Was there a lot of yaoi there? By the way, Hentai Con's canceled because they canceled 2019. Didn't really find anyone.
Yeah, I liked it. I think I really liked the Hentai Con. It was a good fun con. Especially, no kids. I don't know, it just hits differently, you know?
It hits differently when there's no kids. I remember you went to some of the yaoi things that they had there.
Yeah.
They had like the yaoi bingo and
bingo. I always play bingo and I always win at every con.
What do you win? Do you win a boy?
Yeah, usually you do win a boy. You only win like a boy, and they basically just like they kind of do like a strip tease to you, and
Oh shit!
that's it. And yeah, and then you get like a prize, like a little manga or something.
Oh shit! I kind of want to win that prize. It's like here you go.
But it's just like basically it's like a strip tease, and you only take one part of clothing. So it could be anything. It could be, oh, just taking off my tie, or just taking off my shoe or my socks. So
Just taking off my shoes.
Man, I
it
should
could
have
be.
been a part
You
of
don't
that.
like
That was
feet?
good, though.
It could be that, or it could be pants, or like top, or whatever.
You want to know something really funny? This is mildly off topic, but when I was like in high school-ish age, my sister got married. She got married again recently, but for some reason she didn't invite me to that wedding. But that's a whole other story. But she got married, and I went to that wedding with I had a girlfriend at the time, like one of my high school girlfriends, and I remember we had our they had their respective bridal shower and whatever you call the bridal shower and the bachelor and bachelorette party. I'm sorry, that's the word I'm looking for. We had the bachelor and the bachelorette party, but I went to the bachelor party, and I remember that was at their actual house. Like it was at my sister's house, but it was just us guys, and there were no strippers. Like specifically, nobody was allowed to get a stripper, and we all just we all just like drank a little, and yes, I was not legal to drink yet, but we all drank a little and just hung out. It was kind of boring, but it was kind of fun at the same time. So flash forward to like me talking to my ex. She went to the bachelorette party. Well, she's my ex now, but she was my girlfriend then. And I was like, hey, how'd the bachelorette party go? It's like, oh, it was whatever. Like they did it at my Christian aunt's house, who I've mentioned in the past. A Christian aunt did it at her house. Like, oh yeah, she was there. We couldn't really do anything. It was whatever. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. Flash forward about a couple years later, me and this girl are long since broken up. And I'm talking to her about that party, and I was like, oh man, that, because I think by chance we happened to be going to a different wedding party of like our mutual friends. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember my sister's bachelorette party when nothing happened. Yeah, the bachelor party, which is boring. She's like, wait, what? There was no stripper at yours? Your sister thought there'd be one, so we had one at ours.
Oh,
And that was a secret that was hidden for years. I went and I asked my sister that night. I'm like, was there a stripper at your bachelorette party? She's like, yeah, wasn't there one at, I won't name his name, but wasn't there one at his? I'm like, no, we just sat there, did nothing all night. We just sat there and drank on the balcony.
That's funny.
And apparently she assumed that we were going to both do it in secret. And I'm just to this day, I'm upset. I mean, I don't know if I could have legally been there, because like, typically a stripper, you do like get from a place, and they probably would have made me leave or something. My then girlfriend was older than me, so she could have legally stayed for the guy one. But yeah, but still, that's my stripper story.
That sucks.
That's the only time
sucks.
that's the only time I've ever been to I ever potentially could have been at a place where there was a stripper, like in person, like at a place. But yeah, and we were gonna get one, and I was like, are we gonna get one? I kept asking my brother. He's like no, we can't, because sister said, she says no, and I'm like, okay, fine. And then they got divorced like not that long after that. Probably because he found out. I don't know.
That's funny.
I think I told him. So yeah, I probably broke up my sister and her husband
Because he told him about the
Anyways,
stripper.
what's the chat saying?
Wow. Can't believe you, Manuel. You ruined a perfectly good relationship.
But yeah, let's get ready to wrap this. I mean, she's married again now, and they have a new child.
Oh.
It's so I don't know if that's good or bad, but yeah, it's funny because I have a niece who's really, 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 really young. And like my sister's new husband is actually younger than me, and that's a whole different can of worms for another day. But and my sister, I should also reiterate that my sister's older, and she's quite a bit older. So I have a anyways, not a creepy joke about. I think I won twice in Yaoi Bingo. Oh, you play Yaoi Bingo, Weston? What the fuck? And
Yeah,
Rachel?
he won with me. Yeah.
Wait, Weston, you have to explain. You can't just type this. I think I won twice in Yaoi Bingo, and Rachel a lap dance. Wait, Rachel gave you a lap dance?
No. He won twice, so he let Rachel have his prize, which was lap dance.
Oh, okay.
He had the other one, but he wanted to share,
Okay, I was so confused. I'm like, wait a minute. What kind of shenanigans you guys get up to that night?
And
Like
so
that-
basically
you
that
wild
night,
dog.
Wow.
that night, yeah, everybody got a lap dance. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Yaoi
Wesley got one
mangoes.
too. You bastard.
Amazing.
I want one.
Dude.
That's why every time I tell bingo time, you gotta come.
I'm not gonna lie. You guys did try to invite me, and I forgot who I was drinking with in the room. But like, but I just that's usually my modus operandi in most cons, especially when it's late. Honestly, like at the end of the day, I remember Rachel did get me to go out a few times, like that con. But earlier on in the day, was that the con we had the suite? No, that wasn't the suite con. But that was Anime California. But yeah, usually I'll just stay at the hotel room most of the time I can, and then I'll go down for a couple token visits. But I'm not one to like linger at things. I'll see the exhibit hall, and then yeah.
All right.
I want to go to Yaoi Bingo, and I'm fucking pissed. I want to Jordan, give me a lap dance.
I'm not going to because you're not worth it. You know, you
I'm the-
don't have the money to spend for me.
Well,
Anyway, I'm
I'll
done.
give you $20.
I am all done.
Let's wrap this up.
There he is.
To wrap this show up,
nice.
I'm not gonna lie. See, I'm not gonna lie. Like it just takes us a bit of, even when we don't have a full script, it just takes us about 15 minutes to get in the mood, and then we'll just shit talk for like 2 hours. Because I'm surprised we went on this long. I thought we wouldn't have enough like bullshit content to last anywhere near this length.
To enclose and fill.
If you believe in yourselves.
I like to think of this this boy as you should give him a halo so he's an angel too. Can you do a halo faster? That's too long.
No, that's two separate entities. We can't do that. It'd be too powerful of an image.
It'd be too powerful. Okay, no, you're right. It's sexy cryptid. By the way, at one point, well, actually, this doesn't even make sense. Nobody knows who Ari is. I called Ari a sexy cryptid so randomly the other day.
No.
And I was like, it's been my go-to thing. It's been my go-to thing to call everyone a sexy cryptid after that, because her reaction was golden. Like, she was so confused.
Oh no, this is gonna be backwards. Jesus Christ, the whole fight's backwards.
Oh, wait, just flip her, not the text.
I know. I
Like,
did think about that.
I'll push him up.
Are you a sexy cryptid, Jordan?
I am not. I cannot run that spectrum. I don't have the body for it. There we go.
Oh, there she goes. Where'd she go? I thought she deleted.
There you go.
And then we'll just move the.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. This is great. I like to call this one Sexy Cryptid Bunny. By the way, we're doing cryptid talk on Ultra Podcast Z on Tuesday. It's we'll talk about Easter Bunny too, because like Easter Bunny is a cryptid. Didn't you know this? Next week, all of our streams are back except for this one. This one's off, but all of our other streams are back. I'll let everyone update shit in a minute, and we'll talk about some of the back shit. But I'm gonna forget about this. UPZ will be myself, Nyaru, and I actually don't have a host for this one yet. So if you want to talk cryptids, let me know. I thought I had a host, and then they kind of they backed out a long time ago. So this isn't even like this surprised me. I have more than time to pick one out though. But I already have the episode mostly written. I'll have it. So yeah, it's out there. I just want to rewrite it a bit. Wednesday's Wild Dance Wednesday with Warren. I don't know if he's still in the chat. Give me a lap dance, Warren. And yeah, and then Friday no fap, but then Saturday's DTL. And it's myself, Molly, Callie, Callie's dorky friend whose name I can't remember. And I'm not calling her dork for no reason. They have a channel together called Double Dorks DIY. But Callie's dorky friend, Warren, and Pleiades. Yeah, that's 6 people. Yeah, that's all of us. Because Warren got mad I skipped his name last time. And I think that's all for the streams for next week. And that's it. Shout out to Ed, Kenneth, the patron, and current patrons. Jordan, what's new with you? When are you going to start streaming fully?
I'll probably start doing it next week for sure. This time, I think I'll have a lot of things set up in terms of like background, like probably music too, like waiting music and background music as well for my streams.
Is it going to be on Kitchen Cat Soup?
Yeah, it's gonna be on Kitchen Cat Soup. I'll probably change the handle later, because I'm not gonna keep it as that.
See.
Yeah, but as far as I know, yeah. So next week Wednesday, me, Manuel, and Ari as well, we're gonna be streaming Mario Party, because we couldn't do that this week. So we'll be having fun then.
Mario Party in my soup. Mario gives me all the goop. I made the song up right now. Please don't repeat that. It's my song.
It was good.
It really was. I just see. Welcome to the chat as we wrap up. I'm down for Crypto Talk. Yuji, what's new with you? You stream on certain other things, don't you? You don't really publicize that as often, though.
I stream down on the Taiwanese app Libet.
I know. It's like
or Ichinana in Japan.
No one calls it that. It's Libet.
No, yeah, they do. Because like I try to tell them before Libet, and they're like, "What the fuck is that?" I'm like, the 17 app or whatever, and they're like, yeah, that one. But yeah, I usually stream there. I mean, I try to do it mostly during the week, but I mean, I couldn't do it this whole week because my tooth thing, I was dead this whole week.
Oh, I know.
I'm actually gonna do it today, probably right after this. I'm gonna stream for a little bit. I usually only do like an hour and a half max. I don't think I've done more than that. It's so hard for me to stay still like that long.
Stay still, like I wanna give something a lap dance. Shut up with lap dances.
You're just jelly because you didn't get one.
I know. I'm not even gonna front. I really am. I'm fucking so upset. I'm like, I wanted a lap dance. You guys should have told me there were lap dances involved. Like, fuck.
What do you think? I always get so excited.
Like, I would have taken that lap dance.
Every con, I get so excited. It's bingo time. Like, why would I be so excited over just bingo?
Yeah, that's sad. That's so fucking upsetting. Regretty spaghetti. But yeah, thank you all for coming to this one. You'll get a lap dance when you go to the furry. Yes, I want to get a furry lap dance. I'm gonna do that next time at the furry con. Everyone get vaccinated so we can have cons in California again that we're not yelling about like it's like anime.
Hey.
Yeah, because apparently they're lifting the indoor gathering rule on April 15th, which is also the day when everyone can get vaccinated, I believe. So everyone get vaccinated so we can fucking do this shit.
I got my second vaccine is scheduled for late April.
Yeah,
I
need to
nice.
get on that
Cool.
shit. I haven't yet, but I am gonna get on that shit. It's funny because like I have a friend of mine who helps like I've never mentioned her by name, but she does like promotion for other artists in Japan, and she's been getting on my case about not getting the vaccine because it's mainly because of my own scheduling. But she's like, you just need to fucking do it. Like you need to like put the time aside. And I'm like, you're right. I can't argue with that reason.
Oh yeah, you definitely have to. It's important.
But I'm not gonna lie, it's mainly just because I don't have the time. But I mean, I kind of, you know how life is.
Well,
but yeah, you gotta just make the time.
It's whatever you can find, like really, the appointments, whatever time you can find, it's still.
Well, because the
gotta
place
work around it.
The place that keeps having like openings is a place that takes forever. Like it has like, you know, I mentioned this before, the place that like fucking need to wait forever. It's not like an in and out like everyone always talks about. But yeah, that's whatever. Don't talk about that. Just get vaccinated. I will too. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I'm just saying. I'm stupid.
Yeah, if you're in California, just go to the
I'm a different kind of stupid.
myterm.gov website.
Yeah. I'm just a different kind of stupid. I'm not the kind of stupid who just doesn't want to get one.
Still unvaccinated, Manuel.
Yeah. anyways. Peace out. Thanks for watching. This was a very last minute put together FAP. I know I said there was one scheduled, but technically we haven't done that one. So when we come back next time, I have a whole topic and a whole guest lined up in 2 weeks. So tune into that later on. But yeah, that's it. Thank you, Jordan, for hosting tonight and for taking over for Snakz.
No problem.
Next time, be like, Snakz, give me a lap dance. You owe me one.
I really don't want one.
I've actually told Snakz, I'm not joking about this. Like, I think we were live when I said this, that when I see him again at the con, like I'm gonna give him an open mouth kiss. It's like, because we could do that again. Hopefully, like we're both vaccinated. It's like tongue all out there.
They're meant to each their own.
So yeah, I'm like, Snakz, open mouth kiss time, and me and Warren are gonna spoon. We have a whole thing lined up. Me and the homies gonna just make out. So yeah, peace out. Love you all. Take care of yourselves. Thank you Yuji for showing up. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone for watching on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. I know there's a lot of YouTube viewers. Please catch us live here on YouTube. And peace out.
Bye.